Welcome to Amsterdam, the Venice of the North. This city is a perfect blend of historic charm, modern vibes, and stunning waterways. Today, we'll explore the best of Amsterdam in just one day, hopping between iconic landmarks, museums, and scenic spots, all while soaking in the unique energy of this incredible city. Let's begin.
Good morning. I've just touched base onto a new city and a new country. This is Amsterdam, and again, this has been on my bucket list for a long time, so I thought for this Euro trip we had to include this city. So today the itinerary is this, that I have taken up a map. I've booked myself on a hop-on hop-off bus, and I am pretty much just going to explore the city on my own. We will have the support of the hop-on hop-off bus audio guides, but pretty much just exploring the city on my own. So let me show you the city as I explore it too, and it's very beautiful. I can see all the buildings, which are also just like the gingerbread houses. One interesting fact that I got to know, that most of the houses here, the reason that they are so narrow is because back in the day the tax of these houses were based on how wide your house was. So people obviously built more narrow houses so that they had to pay lesser tax. So let's begin our journey. We are now heading on to our first stop for the hop-on hop-off bus, and it is just in front of me. It's the Central rail station, the Amsterdam Central. That's where we need to go, and there's the first stop. From there we're going to go and start exploring the city. Let's begin. The train station, and let me just tell you, that was the ticket counters. So you have a lot of these machines here all around. You can simply select the station that you need to go to. You just pay with your card, and yeah, pretty much that's your ticket. You have a first class and a second class option. The way you recognize the first class tickets seats are that inside the trains you would see red colored chairs. Those are the first class seats. They are much wider and more comfortable for your journey. So yeah, you can pick one of them, and yeah, now we are in the station. This is how the inside of the station looks. We need to go towards the ferry area actually for the first stop, so we're just going there, and then we're gonna see how it looks. Let me show you how the station inside looks. Well, we've come to the ferry area, and we just need to go look for the first bus stop stand, which is going to be somewhere there. Let's go find out. Okay, so while we are finding for the stop, let me just tell you this, that something really funny, that not funny actually, something which is very Amsterdam, is what I got to know about the fact that the cycles or the bicycles here are more in number than the actual population. So if you see, it's a very common and a favorite mode of transportation, both for locals as well as tourists. So yeah, the roads are really nice for going on bike trips. So that's what's the choice of transportation for most, and that's why you see so much of that in the city.
Amsterdam is a city like no other, with its picturesque canals, historic architecture, and vibrant cycling culture. It's a place where every street feels like a work of art. Today we'll explore some of its most iconic landmarks, from famous museums to stunning views and unique experiences.
Well, we're now on the bus, and it was pretty easy to find it because the lady at the store that we bought tickets from did give us the directions. And when I came here, I can see that there are actually a lot of buses, which means that this happens quite often. There are in total, I think, about 10 stops, which pretty much covers the entire city. That's what we were told. So we will obviously try to cover all the spots that we've heard about, and also whatever is suggested by the company here. It's a very pleasant temperature, so enjoying the weather right now, and let's start exploring the city. Alright guys, so we just got down at stop number 3. So you get a map with you when you get onto the bus, and that pretty much tells you all the major spots at the stops that are predetermined by the hop on hop off tour bus. There's also an audio guide which is on, so they tell you about the places that are around that area. So this stop number 3, the reason I stopped is, if you see behind me, I will point it out, we'll be walking towards that side too, is the only windmill left in central Amsterdam. And as we were told by the guide, now there is a shop there where you get good beers, because the windmill itself is not in operation anymore. But it is, again, when it's Amsterdam, it's a windmill, you need to take a picture there. So we're going to go up there and take some pictures. And this stop number 3 is actually where the Maritime Museum is. So there is the museum right in front of me. I'm going to show you that. There is this canal here. There are boats that are passing by. This looks so beautiful, and there is a half ship in front, which again we'll get to know a bit more about later on. But yeah, overall this is the area where the museum is. I did get to know that in Amsterdam there are so many museums dedicated to different people. So there are also Van Gogh's museum. We will try to see if we can make it to that. But yes, overall this is the area in stop number 3. Let me show you the place while we walk up to the windmill.
Our first stop is the Maritime Museum area, a stunning place to admire Amsterdam's seafaring history. The highlight here is a replica of an 18th century Dutch ship docked outside. It's a great spot to appreciate how maritime trade helped shape Amsterdam into the cultural and economic hub it is today.
Okay, so while we are headed to the windmill area, we are crossing a lot of houseboats here, and I was actually just checking why are there so many houseboats here in Amsterdam. And what I found out was that post the Second World War, there was actually a shortage of housing here in Amsterdam, which is why a lot of people started living in these houseboats. And that was again for the shortage that was created for housing. But now it is actually more of a rare thing to actually even have a license. There is a special kind of license which you need to get to have a houseboat here in Amsterdam, and these are very, very limited, which is why the ones who have these licenses, I saw that they are called as water yuppies. I hope I'm pronouncing it correctly, but that means that they have the license and they can pretty much build their castles on the water. So this is what is needed for the houseboats, and the houseboats are all connected to with electricity, and there is also house numbers to it. So this is again a different way of living here in Amsterdam. So if you are coming here and you don't want to stay in the regular Airbnbs or hotels, you could opt for one of the houseboats that you can select for staying.
Here we are at the Gooyer Windmill, the tallest wooden windmill in the Netherlands and one of the last remaining ones in Amsterdam. It's a beautiful piece of Dutch heritage, and what's even better, it's right next to a microbrewery where you can enjoy a locally crafted beer. Even if you're short on time, stopping by this iconic spot gives you a taste of Amsterdam's traditional charm. It is actually ideal for those without time to travel outside the city to see the Dutch windmills.
Hi everyone, so we had a little bit of an issue. We had got off from that hop and hop off bus. Unfortunately, the spot at which the bus driver had actually made us stop is where we were waiting, and then there were 2 buses that passed by and they did not stop. We were a little confused, and then we actually checked the app and saw that the actual bus stop for them was way behind. So I think that was something which they didn't obviously inform us, but then later on we checked on the app. So probably if you come here and you're also using the hop on hop off buses, just make sure before you get down from the bus, you just check with the driver where is the stop that you need to come back to. So we had to quickly take up an Uber, and we've now reached the next spot, which is the Rijksmuseum, which is the National Museum of Netherlands, and it is dedicated to the Dutch art and history. So it is right here in front of me. It's so beautiful and majestic. Let me just show that to you, and then we're going to go inside. I got my tickets quickly from online Get Your Guide, because the official website didn't have any tickets for now. So we've got our tickets now for 3:30. I have 2-3 minutes left. We're going to go in, so I'm just going to show you the museum now.
Our next destination is the world-renowned Rijksmuseum, home to some of the most famous works of art in history. From Rembrandt's Night Watch to Vermeer's The Milkmaid, the collection here spans centuries of Dutch and global art. The museum itself is a masterpiece, blending stunning architecture and beautifully curated exhibits.
Well, and we're done looking inside the museum. It is beautiful and vast, so you should ideally take out about 2 to 3 hours if you really want to go through each and every piece here. What we did see was that this entire place is spread across 3 floors. There's the bottom floor, 0, 1 and 2 levels, and that has different art pieces and paintings that are put up, sculptures too. So you can come here and see the wide variety of all the artists who have done work from such a long time, and they have the reason why they are here in the name, they've made a name in their history. It's pretty much evident when you come and see their work of art here. It is truly mesmerizing. So this is something that you can definitely come and check out to appreciate the art and beauty here of the Dutch history. Well, so after the visit to the museum, we finally got back into the hop-on hop-off bus. This time we obviously used the app, so we knew where exactly we had to stand, and we actually got down now on the final stop, which is stop number 10 for the bus. And this is a stop which is for the Anne Frank house. It doesn't stop exactly near the house, it's a little far away, so you need to walk to the house, but it's really close from here is what we were told. And we don't obviously have tickets to go inside her house because tickets sell out really fast. It's almost like 3 weeks ahead that you need to buy or something like that, since our plans were made quite last minute, so we couldn't actually get the tickets. So make sure that when you are coming here, if you want to visit the house, then you definitely get your tickets much before. So yeah, we are now heading towards the house. We won't be able to go inside, but we will go to that area and just see the building, and also just try to feel a bit of the history. So let's go. Well, so as we are heading to Anne Frank's house, I thought of telling a few of you who probably might not know who she is. She is obviously someone you would know from the times of the World War. She was a German-born Jew, unfortunately had to face a bad fate in terms of when the Nazis were looking out for the Jews, and she and her entire family went into hiding into one of the attics in a building in Amsterdam, and there is where she documented her entire time hiding in that attic. So her diary is really very popular because that documents everything that she faced, the kind of things that were happening at that time, and how she and her entire family stayed hidden inside in that attic in that building in Amsterdam. So it has a lot of things that her diary mentions. It's obviously been adapted in 70 plus languages, so I'm sure you can also read about it if you want to. But yeah, overall a dark history, and she was probably one of the unfortunate ones in the Great Holocaust, which obviously was again very saddening and depressing. So that was her story, and now we're just going to go towards her house and try to just imagine what she must have gone through at that time.
We're now walking towards one of the most moving landmarks in Amsterdam, the Anne Frank house. While we wouldn't be able to go inside this time, walking around this area is a powerful reminder of Anne's story and her lasting impact on the world. If you're planning your visit, I recommend booking tickets weeks in advance to avoid disappointment, as this is something you really should visit.
Well, so that was the house that I was talking about. We obviously don't have tickets, so we wouldn't be able to go inside. Although if you check online, there are a lot of images and stories you'll be able to see about it. There is obviously, as I said, online booking which happens for this ticket. Just a word of note that the website itself also informs you that they don't have any third-party vendors through which they sell the tickets. So if anyone is trying to sell you the ticket, don't buy that, because that would not be someone from the actual team. So the only way that you can buy these tickets are through their own website. So if you do manage to do that in time, then that is a great thing to do. But yeah, this is the Anne Frank house, so let me just quickly show you that. So we just had another Uber ride, and the reason why we're doing it, although taxis are expensive here, but the reason we're doing it is because we are having a very short time here in Amsterdam, and there's so many things that we wanted to cover. So now we have come to the Edam Lookout, which is short for Amsterdam Lookout. This is a very tall building here from where you get amazing views of Amsterdam. There's also a swing right on top, and we'll see how it looks from the top, but it looks really scary, but there are people who are doing it, so that's an activity if you want to take part in, you could when you come here. Let's head up and let me show you this building currently, which is right behind me. So that is the building, and if you can see right on top there, that's where the swing is. So people are obviously doing it, so if you are up for the adventure, you can definitely take it up too.
The Edam Lookout is a place where you should head to for one of the best views of Amsterdam. The observation deck offers a panoramic perspective of the city's canals, rooftops, and skyline. For the thrill seekers, there's even a giant swing that lets you dangle over the edge. It's an adrenaline rush you won't forget. Even if you're not swinging, the views from up here are absolutely breathtaking.
Well, we were done with the Edam Lookout, and we quickly took a taxi to come back to our hotel area, because we are staying close to Dam Square, which is pretty much the most happening area here, is what we were told. So we are going to explore this area too. So quickly going to get a quick charge up of phones, and then we're going to head out again. Let me show you a little bit of our hotel too. So let me give you a very quick room tour, just so that you can decide if this is a place that you want to come and stay to when you're here in Amsterdam. Although I must tell you that the rooms are small, and the reason is because, as I mentioned right in the beginning, all the buildings are very narrow here, and these are in a great location. So I think if you really wanted to be in a great location, you will need to do with a little bit of smaller space. But yeah, overall the location is amazing. There is the most happening street, I would say, just below the hotel, so you have a lot that you can explore, and quicker too, saving you time in travel. So yeah, this is how it is. I am inside the lift right now. Our room is on the 4th floor. I'm just going to show you how we reached there, and then we're going to quickly have a quick room tour. Okay.
Okay, let me give you a quick room tour. This is on the 4th floor, room 41. And this is the room. There's a long mirror here. There's a full size mirror here. And this is the very old style of building. You can pretty much know it from the name. They have provided you an iron stand and a fan with the locker in case you need to keep stuffs. Obviously the weather here is cooler, which is why you have a heater instead of an air conditioner. And this is a twin size room that has been given. You also have double rooms, but currently all are sold out, so we had the twin room that we got. There's a small study area here with a television, but I think the main highlight is this view. So this is your window from where, let's just open it. This is how you see the beautiful canal and Amsterdam. That on the right side is where we came from. It's the station there, and here is the water. Very quick stop at the hotel. We did a quick change and now we have come for the boat ride. Thankfully this was the last one leaving for the sunset. The sunset is supposed to happen in another 10-15 minutes, so we made it at the right time. We have taken 2 tickets and it was, as it mentions over there, 14.50 euros per ticket. So we got 2 of them and now we're seated here. This is the boat. It is partly covered and partly open. We are sitting in the inside area because it's a little cold as well. And yeah, we are just going to explore the city through the waterways, and you can also see how it looks. Okay, we're about to begin. Let's go.
Of Amsterdam, and I hope you enjoy it. So we have
the evening canal boat tour is definitely one of the best ways of ending the day here in Amsterdam. As the boat glides through the illuminated canals, the reflections of the city lights make Amsterdam feel magical. It's a perfect way to end a day filled with history, art, and stunning views. Amsterdam has been an absolute delight, from the incredible art at the Rijksmuseum to the panoramic views at Adam Lookout, and finally the serene canals at night. This city has so much to offer in just one day that I can't wait to be back here again. So guys, that was the boat trip that we went on. Post that we walked around a little bit in that area because it does have a lot of nightlife going on, but I didn't really cover all of that because it was just us passing by, and we pretty much completed everything today that we wanted to. Tomorrow morning I have an early flight and I go on to my next destination, so join me in that one. And if you have still not subscribed to the channel, please do, because that means a lot to me. And stay in touch because we are going to cover all these places in Europe, and I would love it if you also join along in my adventures. So until the next one, bye bye.